In the last 200 years, 20 planes, 50 ships, and hundreds of people have just vanished in a small area in the Atlantic Ocean. This is a part of the ocean called the Bermuda Triangle, or the Devil's Triangle.
There's some kind of an anomaly going on down there that we can't explain. Something that goes on down far, far below the deepest rays, the last rays of sunlight.
Why this perilous patch of ocean has captured the curiosity and fear of millions of people.
Why don't people just not go there?
I was going to say the exact same fucking thing.
Maybe they should put cones out.
Columbus is out there trying to reach Asia, and he passes through this triangle of water. And this is where things get weird. Columbus kept a very detailed journal. Columbus says that as he's going along this route, something weird starts happening with his compass. On this day, at the commencement of the night, the needles turn.
Shit starts tweaking, brother.
In the morning, they turned somewhat more northwest.
Wife started twerking.
But it doesn't stop there. He also reported the sea rising and a strange light out in the distance.
Fuck that.
A wax candle moving up and down. The mystery continued throughout the centuries. In 1606, while traveling through the triangle, a large English ship carrying 150 travelers became wrecked at Bermuda after encountering a huge hurricane.
There was a hurricane.
Yeah, but why was it in the Bermuda?
Because conditions.
No,
you know?
not good enough.
It doesn't. It doesn't
I
mean
think there's a sea monster.
you think that's swirling up its balls and just
carry
on
on.
the helicopter.
Left an impression on how people saw this body of water.
Stormy.
No, there was an alien.
But it wasn't until 1945 when people started to get really suspicious. This is when a bunch of World War II era planes were doing a 3-hour exercise over Grand Bahama Island, flying out and then pivoting back to their airbase back in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But these planes never returned, and the disappearances just kept happening. A long-haul flight with 25 people and 6 crew disappeared in the triangle without a trace in 1948, and a year later it happened again to another plane of the exact same model. There have been some serious scientific hypotheses developed on what's going on here. They range from things like the Bermuda Triangle having a disturbance in geomagnetism, which throws off compasses and other navigational tools. Remember Columbus, Creepy Chris? Or methane blowouts, which is a real thing. We have these huge deposits of like methane under the ocean floor, and if these blow up, you get this massive explosion and then a huge crater that just sucks down anything that is floating on top of it.
I want to be a fish in there.
I want to be a silly little turner, hey?
That could easily explain it, right? Okay, but then there's the plane disappearances. Here's another more simple explanation. Hurricanes. The Bermuda Triangle is in
What did I say?
Listen, you're going for the easy answer. Don't be a basic bitch.
which does seem to have an abnormal number of high-intensity storms. That kind of makes sense. And one popular theory is that these storms can cause what are called rogue waves, which are massive waves that reach 100 feet or more. Maybe it's those that lead to the disappearances. See, this is making more sense. You've got methane gas, geomagnetism, tons of storms in the Caribbean. It makes sense that this is a perilous place for planes and boats. These are scientific explanations that validate the Bermuda Triangle. We don't need Atlantis and crystals and aliens. We have geomagnetism and weather systems. Rational explanations recorded over the course of 20 years. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. It doesn't even make the top 10 most dangerous ocean regions in the world. Of the 8,634 boats that passed through the Bermuda Triangle, there were only 2 casualties. 0.02% of the boats that passed through here had an accident.
That's aliens. I'm telling you, it's fucking aliens, man.